I'm Andre Huey, and this is St. Martin Island Time TV News. Phillipsburg is now expected to be a safer place with the introduction of a safety surveillance camera project. Phase 1 of the long-awaited project was launched Thursday morning by the Minister of Justice, Edson Kirindongo, at the Captain Hodges Wharf.
With this camera project, the police can react or respond quicker on every accident. These cameras increase the possibility to catch a criminal, as it said, red-handed. And at the end, the prosecutor has in his or her hand a crucial piece of evidence. These cameras gonna be monitored 24 hours a day by the police. All over in the town, we are going to put signs that indicate that there are surveillance cameras in the town. The same way you see all over the world, for instance, when you are on vacation.
124 study financing applications have been granted out of 182 submitted here, disclosed the Minister of Education, Sylvia Jacobs, at the Council of Ministers press briefing.
The most popular area of studies, several, I'm just going down in order, were nursing, psychology, law, Habeo-Recht and international and European law, medicine, business administration and accounting, finance, education, and ICT. The usual countries that our students apply to still hold in effect. We have an addition of Scotland. That's a new one, one student. But the majority are to the USA, or about even with the Netherlands. St. Martin, remaining on St. Martin, we have 20 students, 37 to the US so far, that is prior to the pending and appeals cases, 36 to the Netherlands, and 22 here, remaining here on St. Martin, England 8, Canada 7, and then under the 5 to various other countries and islands within the Caribbean. Some trends have been noted, whereby an increasing number of PSVE students are applying for study financing, utilizing after taking GED classes. Also, while we support as a ministry students seeking higher education, a considerable drop in the academic performance is being noted. So we are really looking at to be able to maintain your study financing, and in some cases maintaining the in-state tuition that we have the agreement with these universities. Students must maintain a 2.5 GPA. So with this, I'm really trying to encourage students that this is a privilege. As I've read out the numbers, some students have been denied for whatever reason. You have been granted. It's a privilege for you to receive this funding. Most people, they ask the question year in, year out. I don't say scholarship per se, because it is a partial scholarship and a partial grant. And some of the repercussions of not passing is that it turns over completely to a full loan.
Minister of Romy, Angel Myers, is calling for greater cooperation between the Ministry of Romy and the Department of Economic Affairs regarding the issuance of business licenses. He was responding to a question from a journalist at the recent Council of Ministers press briefing on a court ruling that ruled that the owners of the Ocean Explorers dive operators in Simpson Bay was within their right to operate on the same location on the Kimsha Beach, where Romy is currently building a parking lot.
The business in question submitted an objection, and basically the injunction, the ruling of the court was, government, please address the issue, and once the issue is addressed, then if there's any litigation, that will be dealt with further. But the ministry, together with the Ministry of TIAP, is busy in the process responding to the objection that was submitted by the business. But in the meantime, the work can proceed.
Is there any way, or does government know how many cases like this that we have where people are in the wrong or occupying the wrong piece of land based on what they've been given?
Well, I think there should be more cooperation between the Ministry of Romy which is responsible for domain property, and the ministry, the Department of Economic Affairs, that issues business license, because all too often business license is issued for individuals to operate on domain property, and sometimes without pre-consultation with the Ministry of Rummy. So that's something we're working on, to have better cooperations between the two governments. Because at the end of the day, the persons that receive a business license, they receive it from government. To them, it does not matter. We receive something from government, and they are under the assumption that everything is in order. So it lies on us to cooperate much better in that field.
Minister of Education Sylvia Jacobs has disclosed that construction work on the St. Martin Vocational Training School will not be finished in time for the new school year.
The ministry is trying to resolve where, as it pertains to the St. Martin Vocational Training Schools, 4 classrooms not being finished. We've been recently made aware that the contractor has slowed down the works, even though he has had several opportunities. This was supposed to be finished since February, so that puts us in another deficit for space as school will start. So I know, and we are definitely trying to find solutions. One of the areas that we are looking at is with the current school boards, some of the students, so we had a high number of students also that were referred to the St. Martin Vocational Training School, and these discussions still have to happen with some of the other school boards who have vocational programs as well, PSVE type programs within their schools, to see if we can facilitate some of these students. Some also upgrading work will be taking place before school starts at specifically 2 public schools, and that is also in the planning, the St. Martin Vocational Training School and the Oranje School, which needs a serious facelift.
This has been St. Martin Island Time TV News. I'm Andre Huey. Thank you for watching.